Hello, my name is Anne and welcome to a Quilty Friends special. Yes, another one, I know. This week I'm gonna put together this. This came in the mail last week. I got this from SEWERS Club, who are Canadian. Hello, ding ding. And I thought it would be super fun to show you how to put it together. Even though I don't know how to put it together, but these instructions seem really good. And they do have a video you can watch. So this may be a bit chippy choppy as I attempt bits and have to stop myself to watch the video or read the instructions. But hey, that's what sewing's all about, right? So they even sent me some thread. So I'm gonna change my bobbin and get that on the sewing machine in a minute. And I have cut out my pieces. Now I had to cut the leather. Ooh, I've never done leather. Oh, I'm so excited. It's faux leather. Let's not all get excited. This was the base. I got that cut out. So that's ready. I don't need to do anything with that because I think it's the interior. But I do have to, on all the sides, do the fusible foam on it. So that's what I'm going to do now. And we're going to see what happens. I don't even know how to use fusible foam. Oh, this fusible foam. Does it tell me? I'll have to watch the video. Okay, so putting on the fusible foam was easier than I thought. I haven't used anything this thick before. I've used other fusible interfacings and there is a fusible fleece I've used, but I've never used fusible foam. So I wasn't sure, did we have to do it with a damp cloth or not? That's why I had to go back and check. And we didn't. We just had to make sure we used this sort of rough side, which has got the glue on it, and then just iron it straight on. So it was easy peasy. So they're all done. And then next, what I have to do is draw diagonal lines. And I did mine, I just started in the center and then worked that way and then came back that way. And I just did 1 inch between each line using my favorite ruler in the world. 2.5 by 12. And now I just have to sew them, so quilt them basically. So I've got my walking foot on because the walking foot does have additional teeth on the foot itself so that it helps to move the fabric through because it's going to be thicker. And I've put on my pink thread that I got in my box and my pink bobbin. And I think I'm going to set, do I want to do 3 or 3.5? Does it say a good stitch length here? Oh, it says stitch length 3.5. There you go. I guess if you read, it works. So that's what I'm going to do. I probably will only get this far done today because, as I say, we're heading out in 45 minutes. So I'll get this done and I'll show you this tomorrow because I feel like this is definitely getting finished tomorrow. Talk to you then, bye. Okay, so that's the first thing we have to do with all of them is do that. So I managed to get these done. I still have to do these, but I got these 2 done. And then once we've done all that one way, we have to do the crosshatch the other way. So this is what this is in quilting world. It's called the crosshatch because you go one way and then the other. So that's what it's gonna, oh, is that not darling? That is just too darling. And now I have to go out. I'll be back later. Hi, it's Wednesday today, and I wanted to get doing a bit more of my Sewers Club Erica's Elevated Basket. Didn't do anything yesterday sewing wise, and I don't even know if I did anything Monday. I don't think I did a little bit Monday. I did. So what I did was, yes, because I did the handles. So as you know, I got all of these done, quilted both ways. So they all got quilted both ways. So there was two of these, and I sewed on the little label. And there were two of these, and I sewed on another label on this one and the handles. Now these were really cool to make because it was the leather, and so you had to fold it over. And do you know what I used? They used clips, but I used tape. This tape that I used to use for scrapbooking. So I used that to lay it down so that I could fold this over, because you don't want to iron it. And I folded that over, and then when it was in position, then I stitched it. So we stitched it close to the one edge on either side, and then another row. So you've got 4 on there. Then we sewed it to this edge. It's longer than needed because when you pinch this side in, you now have a handle, which is really kind of cool. It's the first time I've worked with leather. So I have 2 of these now. And then one of the things I'd noticed that I think I had done wrong, and I had to go back and look at the instructions and go back and look at the video again, because I had cut an extra piece out of this color for the base. And I quilted it all and cut the circle out, and then realized as I was starting to attach it to this, which is a piece not quilted, because this is the interior lining, and we had to sew it just the ends just at either side and leave a hole to turn. Once I'd done that, I realized, wait a minute, I don't think that's right. And I had this extra big square of pink, and I thought, I feel like this is the one that's meant to be the circle, which is in actual fact what was the truth. So this got cut to the right size for the circle. This I no longer need, but because I had lots of fabric left, I was able to cut out the fabric circle that I need. Read instructions, Anne. Read instructions. So I don't need this, but I'm just going to keep it. I might do something with that later. I don't know what yet. So now I might make a hot pot or something out of that. I might put a backing on it and some binding, and then it can be, you know, when you put a hot plate on. So now what I have to do is attach this to this. Yes. So their instructions were very cool, actually. They said, let me just put you down a bit. They said to find the center of this. So here's my join, and here's this, it's just folded in half. Find the center there, then open this up and lay that piece on your seam center, like that, and give those 2. So now I've got 4 markings, and do the same with this. So fold this in half. Actually, I think I'm gonna pin it, put a pin in here, and one on that side. And then open this up. And then fold this way, crease it, and put some pins. This has been such a fun project to work on. And it's, thank gosh they do the video though, because I'm telling you. So now I have to line up right sides facing. So this is going to line up there with that seam. This is going to line up with this crease. And so on all the way around. The instructions are very good when you read them, but I'm really visual, so I like to see the videos. And then this one goes there. And then what we have to do is then put a few more pins all the way around to hold this together. So I am gonna I'm just gonna stick another pin in there just to make sure all the way around it's good. Maybe another one there. So there, I got plenty of pins in now, so I can sew that. And then the next step that I'll do, because you know me, I like to do all the sewing at once, is these guys here all have to get joined up. So this one, this one, this one, and this one. So this gets folded here. And I'm gonna just put clips here. And they said to make sure you double back stitch a lot over the and a 1/2 inch seam over the area where the what do we call that thing? Strap is. Oh my goodness. So we'll start off the back stitch. I still have the walking foot on, just because oh, there it is, because I'm going through such a lot of fabric. Oh, look. Okay, so then I think it's this one, yeah. So that gets folded over that way. So I'm going to do that, and you don't need to see me sewing at all. I'm going to do that to all of them, and then apparently once they're all together, we have to stitch the seams down at the top and the bottom so that it, when you're putting the base on, I guess it sits right. So I'll do all that and I'll show you what happens. Okay. It's all sewn up. So we had to sort of sew these in a certain direction. And I think it's just to keep them still when we add the base. So now we have to do sort of the same thing we did before. So put the seams together, I think. How are we supposed to do this? Oh, that way. So we have to put them together like this and find and crease it, or put, I'm going to put a mark. This is my permanent marker. No, it's not a permanent marker, Anne. fabric marker, and then the same that way. So these marks will line up. Like that. So now we've found all of our bits. And then we have to do the same thing with this. So fold it in half like we did before. A mark. And a mark. This irons out. Because if you remember, I had marked them with this, and then afterwards I ironed it. Pressed it. This gets there. And this one goes there. Lid on so it doesn't dry. UPS, why aren't you coming to my house? Oh, hands up who loves getting UPS orders. So now I have to line all these marks up and do the same thing. I have to say I'm really quickly running out of thread. I've only got a little bit left. Hope I can finish this bag in time. If not, I'll have to search and see if I have any more pink. Okay, that's gonna go there. And that's gonna go there. And then I'm getting 1,000 messages. Who is messaging me? Okay, so I'm going to add more clips all the way around like I did before. And then I'm gonna go sew that. And then what do we do after that? Oh, I need some more. I'm assuming after we've done this, we're gonna be sticking the lining in. It's coming together. Oh, it's coming together. Okay, I'm gonna go sew this. This can be hard to sew though. So it's better to do it that way or better to do it that way? I did, in actual fact, baste. Now, hands up, all us old people, that back in the day basted everything with tacking cotton. Okay, who remembers tacking cotton? When we were dressmaking, because I was one of those. And pinning was a thing, but not as much. Well, we pinned first, and then we tacked with the tacking cotton, and then we sewed, and then we pulled the tacking cotton out. Do you remember that? So here's my tacking cotton. I'm pulling it out. So that's what I did, because I wasn't sure. Every time I tried to put it underneath the and you did giant stitches for tacking, remember? So they were easier to come out. Every time I tried to put it underneath the machine, I felt like it was coming apart a bit. So it wasn't staying, and the clippy things weren't really holding it in place. So I tacked first. I decided I would tack, and that was much easier. So if you're making this, you might want to try that, just to hold it in place. Then the next stage is to turn it inside out. So much for the tacking cotton. Back to the sewing machine. Okay, so that was harder than I thought, obviously. It was really hard to decide, was it easier to sew it that way with this on the top or that way with that on the bottom? And obviously I sewed it this way and I wasn't catching all the bottom, even though I tacked. So this time I did it the other way, and it's like double sewed on the bottom now. So better not have any holes in it. No, I think we're good. I think we're good. There's the bottom. It doesn't look the smoothest, but I'm sure that'll press out maybe. I don't even know if I'm supposed to press it. I'll just keep finger pressing it and see if that'll work. Anyway, next we take this bit and we put this inside of that. That's what we do. This inside, oh, you can't even see. So this is going, the lining is going inside, so their right side's facing. And then I'm gonna attach all that properly and then sew it and then turn it the right side out using that gap. Rather than see me fight with this, I'll be back in a minute. And I literally just finished sewing all around the top and ran out of the pink. Ah! Not to worry, I will use cream. I always use cream for everything, actually. Now, where's this whole thing there? And because once we've turned this the right way round and pressed it, we're going to stitch in the ditch, so you're not going to see it. And I only have to sew that up, so it won't matter. But I have to get this out now of here. You might want to just talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back when I've finished doing this. Bye. So obviously not the world's best at stitching in the ditch, as you can see. And if that had been pink, it wouldn't really have shown. But, you know, what are you going to do? Now, apparently, we have to put these thingy bobs on and using our special tool, the little brad things. So what does it say we have to do? Mark 3/8 in from each end of the handle. Mark in the middle of the handles. Use the fabric hole punch or make a hole. All right, let's see if we can do this. And my little project's finished. Oh, look. I love it. It's actually a lot bigger than I thought. This is normally what I keep my clips in. And this is a one of my floss bitty bags. It's really to put floss in after when you're cross stitching, when you get to the end and you have them bitty bits left. But I found I needed somewhere to put my clips, so I had put all my clips in there. But this is going to be much better. But look how much bigger it is. This is definitely, oh yeah. Oh yeah. I love it. Gotta say, these were a little hard to get on. I poked my finger twice. But all in all, I'm really pleased with how this turned out. Thank you, Sewers Club. This was a fabulous project to play with the leather, the foam, and the beautiful fabric. Just look at this fabric inside and out. Oh my goodness. It's just beautiful. So yeah, I'm really, really liking this. And this is going to sit very proudly on my sewing table. Thanks for watching.